it looks like it wants the person who
Yeah,
is the host to record it.
it's recording.
Oh, hi. No.
Here we are, Par for the
So,
Discourse, episode 4, April 12th, 2020, Easter Sunday. Going into week 6, quarantine for me, 5th for you.
yes. So just like recap on why we started doing this. Nicole is in Madrid. I'm in Brooklyn. We've known each other for so long and wanted to start doing this even before the quarantine. So it's become an excuse to document both of what we're going through and try to be as funny as possible.
No, I mean, you're right. Originally, this whole thing came about like, let's record our conversations just for us. Now, let's share it with people. But I think the actual coronavirus made us say, okay, we have nothing else to do. Now we have to
Let's set a schedule
start
and
doing.
we have the time. So
However, the negative part of that is that now it's like mono topic. This is the topic. That's what we're talking about. But, we digress.
like we can talk about some old things. We can talk about some hopes or, for the future, what we're watching on Netflix, all those kind of things. So, so week 5, I'm going into here. I was gonna say we've finally kind of hit I think we went through the panic phase and the freaking out phase and I feel a little focus on some projects which have made me feel positive this week. And I think closing in the circle of just, okay, I've made the home safe. What comes into the house is safe. I feel a little bit like motivated by some projects. And so this week felt, no matter how much it's like, I know this is peak week, which
For
that's
you.
what for us here, that's what they're calling it. So I guess there's nothing else we can do but just kind of focus on something else as long as we know we're doing our part. As I kind of also had some guilt feeling in being at home is really all, you want to help more, but for now I'm doing my part.
You're being obedient, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So how are things with you? But also, I want to recap in saying that I've been there to, you lived in New York, we lived in New York together. We have a lot of New York memories. And when you moved to Madrid, you built a beautiful family and you are with your 2 beautiful children and your husband. And I've been there twice to visit.
Mm-hmm.
I was there in 2010 and 2018, and we took our beautiful trip to Rome, which is also another reason we have a lot of memories of our trip there, and what's going on there is sad. And but I've also been reflecting on our good times there.
Totally.
And I'm so glad. I've been thinking about Violetta so much. I'm glad that I've had a lot of time with her. It was on the front and the end of our trip, and Alex and the kids are awesome. So how are you guys doing?
Well, we just got word that starting tomorrow, I mean, the government prolonged everything again. May 11th is the day we could maybe reintegrate, but tomorrow, non-essential, they're going to start integrating a little bit. How they're going to do this, I have no idea. But Eduardo can go back to his studio tomorrow as long as no one's there. I mean, I don't know how they're going to control this, but because we're on the decrease now. We're down to 600 deaths a day instead of 1,000. So I guess that, what I'm afraid of is everyone's going to be like, great, now we can go back to life, and everyone's going to reintegrate. And, my thing is, let's just slowly do things the way we're supposed to do. So, that's how I'm doing stuff here. I mean, I've surrendered. I'm Carol Burnett, I saw the other day.
you're in the surrender mode of the
Yeah.
12 steps of
Oh, that's one of the 12 steps.
or not 12, I don't know how many ever steps. Acceptance, that's
Oh,
where
yeah, I've accepted. I'm surrendered. I haven't apologized, but I surrendered.
No, well, yeah, so that's part of it. Has anyone else, like, has anyone reached out to you, from the past or anything like that? Like,
No, but you know what? Now that you mention it, I mean, why aren't people checking up? I mean, I think this is the time where you should be checking up on people. I have some friends that I haven't heard jack from. And, some family members that are like, oh, you don't have a backyard?
right. Yeah.
Where
The
are you?
the perspective of living in a city is different. Yeah, that was a thing. I felt like I told you, you've taken yourself off Facebook. And I always have to send you links to things that aren't on Facebook because I have to figure
That's
out
fair.
somehow to get them to you when I want to share something with you. But I'm taking myself, I'm slowly weaning myself off. I don't think I can completely delete my account, but just, I think people that aren't in a situation that you're in, everybody's got an opinion, like we said. So I have felt like a little like, uh, not talking to people. I started, like I said, about a project, the magazine, we kind of had a, uh, let's think of an alternative. This whole Zoom thing, I'll say, like, has been interesting. I don't know about letting whatever, if, we'll be very careful with our accounts and, downloading it, and hopefully the government isn't watching me in my bedroom. We're not talking about anything crazy. But my magazine decided to start doing some.
Sold magazine.
I have the t-shirt already.
Sold magazine, by the way, Erica is editing, and it is a magazine based on street art. Great magazine, by the way.
Dang. Yeah, we're gonna try to figure out how to do some things while the streets are a little empty. I mean, I'm not encouraging people to go out and take pictures right now, although some people are. I mean, you have the opportunity. Where I am in Bay Ridge, there's not too much, so I'm also not going out very far, so I don't really have the opportunity. So we're not encouraging any of our friends to go out, although some people have been out. I've seen some photos. So we figured out to do some interviews with artists while they're quarantined and wherever, and we don't have to. The thing about the podcast and why you and I talked about it is we started doing a podcast from our dining room table, and it was always in-person interviews, and we never did video because we interviewed a lot of people that are anonymous. So they didn't really want to talk on camera or video, so it was an alternative. But when you sit at the table together, in a non-social distancing world, you get the best conversation going. I told you, even if you didn't want to do this with video or without video, I think just you and I looking at each other, we get a better conversation going.
Completely.
So we decided to reach out to some of our favorite artists and really shoot high with some of our favorite people who might not live in New York, because we always waited for the opportunity to be able to come out to Bay Ridge, which is ridiculous. We've done over 60 in our home interviews.
Wow. I didn't know it was that high.
But that doesn't even include all the times that we were out at other events. So it's over hundreds of interviews that we've done with artists, and it's been so much fun. Even though Ronnie would be like the host, we always had other people sit in and get these great conversations going. So we decided to start doing some of these Zoom interviews. So what we're going to do is do as many as we can each week and put a bunch up. And say, like, hey, we talked to 5 people this week. Maybe we talked to 2 people, and put no pressure on anybody, because I feel like this has just been, some people have been very productive. People, already, I think people's emotions are going to go in waves. I think there's nothing that we can predict.
Yeah.
So, but we felt like we want to still stay in touch with everyone. And so that's what we're going to do. I think it's a fun thing for us to stay in touch and create content and you know.
No, the continuity is a must. I mean, but like you said, you'll keep it to a minimum, those who want to participate, those who don't, because with anything creative too, you know, you're going to get lulls, and then people will feel like, okay, now I'm ready to do something.
So we did 2 yesterday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, we did 2, and so that's why I was telling you, once you get this thing is very easy. The program's easy. It was funny. Those 2 guys canceled like twice during the week, so we finally got them both on Saturday. And that's just, you know, people, you know, hey, listen, today's not a good day. Can we do it tomorrow? You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to do some more this week. And what was the other thing I wanted to say about it? Oh, so the guy he's one of the artists. His name is Praxix. He's an animal rights activist, and he doesn't show his. He doesn't show his face. So he said, I would love to do this, but, you know, and I said, well, you could angle the camera like from here down and like wear one of your t-shirts that's your, you know, your art or something. And he did that. He's like, that's a great idea. But then he put one of those like a box.
Why doesn't he want to show his face? Is that his trademark, or is that because he doesn't want to be, he doesn't want to show who he is, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, he wouldn't show his face because he works illegally on the street.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So he doesn't show his face. I mean, I met him while he was working, talked to me, but, you know, when I was taking pictures of him working, he, you know, don't show my, you know, back of his head or, you know.
A lot of people do that though in this.
Yes. And that's why the podcast was good that we didn't do video. People say, why don't you guys do video? It's like, you know, not everybody shows their face. So he wore one of those like balaclava, like you know, like the robber things. And so I gave him the idea. I was like, and then he had his t-shirt on with his, like, one of his pieces, you know, his artwork was on his t-shirt. So he got like creative with it. He started showing us this book that he's working on because he's in a studio. It was great. And the thing that made me nervous was, you know, Ronnie's never met him. I met him twice. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know but Ronnie could talk to anybody.
Yeah, he's got that gift.
Just you and I can only talk to each other. We're the only people that understand. He can talk to anybody, but I think I can only talk to you. No,
I had a WhatsApp chat today with like 4 people. Eduardo's family was on there. I was coming in and out because I'm like, it's so unnatural in the first place to be having this conversation with all these heads in there, and it's like, all right, you know, now what?
I had a soul ladies chat this week. It was
okay.
So we have like a bigger group of people. I mean, the circle can, you know, there's levels of participation, but I kind of narrowed it down to my girls who we really kind of started all together. We're all photographers, and had 6 people. And that was 6 or 7. That felt like, I like the one. I want to talk to somebody one-on-one. But you know, it was good though. I had like a list of things I wanted to get through.
You had an agenda.
A little bit of an agenda, things I wanted to say, and I was like, okay, so how's everybody doing after that? So,
well, here's one. Let me ask you how you feel about this.
Let's go.
You know, being that we're in lockdown mode, can we stop saying "Have a nice weekend" on a Friday? I mean, what is that? Is that just like part of habit?
I probably said that all day yesterday.
I mean,
or Friday. Yeah, that's so funny. All right, I'm on board with that. Okay.
And then you just get the dude's voice, like, you know, oh, is today?
Oh, I know. I always think that, like,
yeah.
What day is it?
Is today a week? Yeah. So, you know, I think we could stop saying that.
All right.
Okay. And I wanted to, like, I feel badly that we haven't given a little bit of recognition here to a couple of people who have died in the past few weeks.
Okay. You want to do
Starting with, and this is actually like for me anyway, the week before lockdown, James Lipton, I want to mention
Oh,
him.
yeah. Okay.
I think he
Yep.
died first week of March, around there somewhere. And
Yep.
I mean, for anyone who doesn't know who he is, he's inside the actor's studio. He's been around for decades. In fact, I've seen him up live and very close at Penn Station years ago. Eduardo called me to tell me, like, I was supposed to meet him there. The guy is here. I'm like, what guy?
The
one-
guy.
The one from the show that we love. Oh, the one with the arms and the legs? Is that who you're talking about? Like, who are you talking about? Like, can you be a little more specific? James Lipton it was. Showed up. James Lipton was sitting there waiting like, like a chump for some shit train to Jersey. I love the guy. Is he great? And by the way, what is your favorite curse word?
Fuck.
Because mine's asshole. Always has been.
Yeah, you like that. You like asshole.
I do.
I like asshole. Asshole's good. But,
Well, that's what James Lipton would want to know.
Classic. That's good. I like that.
So
I want to, let's, I know you probably have not watched it yet, but Larry David did a bit. He did a Bernie Sanders bit on the Saturday Night Live thing last night.
Oh, I didn't see it. No.
Okay. There's a lot. It's like a weird, it's actually, watch the whole thing, but
Okay.
I'm drawing your attention to our favorite Larry David doing his Bernie Sanders impression. It was really good.
Classic, I'm sure.
Probably the best part of the whole thing, but they did like an interesting, seemed like everybody submitted video from home and then like they tried to fuck with it after. I don't know. We can talk about that next week. I think next week I think they're airing an old one, so I don't know if they're gonna try to do another of these things.
I thought they were gonna maybe continue doing recordings live.
Maybe every other week or something. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm drawing attention to the Larry David. It was really good. Oh, continue with the obituary, please.
Okay, we had James Lipton, a must.
Maybe think of old dudes that we like.
Well, Kenny Rogers checked out as well.
Yep.
The gambler. You got to give him a little bit of. And Bill Withers. I mean.
Yeah.
Let me just say for Bill Withers, and I'm working on something I might show you next week for next week's podcast. But Violetta and I are working on some piano.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Ain't No Sunshines.
I would love that. That would be amazing. We'll have like at the end of the show the performance.
That's great. I mean, Bill Withers.
So we spent like the day we put on. There was a hashtag who sampled Bill Withers thing. So, like all these. I mean, you wouldn't even. I'm kind of. I mean, there's some of them. You'd be like, there's some R&B songs. There's a lot of hip hop songs that sample Bill Withers. So that was fun. But then the whole weekend, last weekend, because I think he died on a Friday, we were just listening to Bill Withers all weekend. I was outside listening, and I was kind of wondering, I have no neighbors in my backyard that have complained about me playing music in the backyard.
Well,
and I'm going to be easy with it. I'm going to be respectful, but so far so good. Everybody is very quiet, and it seems like I'm the loudest in the backyard. Just with my music or listening to a podcast, I like go out in the backyard and I like have it loud, listening to Bill Burr in my backyard, swearing his face. It sounds like I'm on the phone with somebody. When you listen to Bill Burr's podcast, I'm giving him a plug. As favorite, but I feel like it sounds like I'm talking to somebody. Anyway, go ahead.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Who else? Who else is speaking of SNL, I guess maybe that's also at the end of SNL. His name was Hal. I'm sorry, I don't want to try to say his last name because I know he was the music director.
Yeah.
No, he passed away, so they do like a tribute to him at the end. That was the other thing made me think of SNL.
Right.
Yeah. Who else have we lost?
No, I mean, there have been other people, I'm sure, but those are the ones that I wanted to mention. And yeah, I mean, what else? I could say that this week, as far as new skills I've had to pick up here, learning how to upload audio, not video, to YouTube, which I have to unlearn now. So that's done
How
with.
do you convert from, we don't have to talk about this now.
No, no one wants to know about that.
Convert to MP3. If you know how to do that, I
Yeah.
need to do that as well.
I'll have to tell you that another time. But yeah, that's the point is I had time to do it. I got very frustrated, but I learned, I persisted there and I got through it.
I'm going to try to upload the audio podcasts, the old archives, to YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I maybe put some like photos,
Yeah.
like you did. And
Yep.
I gotta tell me your process later. Okay.
I'll tell you it later. It's pretty easy.
Okay.
So here,
Cool.
why don't you, I'm going to play a little game with you here. Okay. So I want you to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
Right. Finish the sentence.
Yeah.
They say, when this is all over,
Oh, okay. I'm still not gonna get in an airplane for a while. Sorry. I don't even know if I'm gonna get on the subway. I don't even when it's.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. The airports. That's no. I don't know. I'm not getting on an airplane.
It's funny you say
I
that
don't
because
know. That's the worst part of that. I'm sorry. Was I supposed to be positive?
no, but you actually said something that another person I know said. They're like, I don't know if I can get back on the subway. And you know what? That's the only damn way I have to get to work. So I don't know what to do.
Well, the getting on the subway, I actually was appreciating not having to for work, and the times that I did was to go and do something fun. I wasn't working in the city. I was actually thinking, I don't know, post this, it's very hard to think, but right before this, I was thinking about looking at for a job. I was telling you down in Industry City, which is a neighborhood past Bay Ridge that's kind of really being developed. And there's a lot of cool, it's big industrial buildings that are all these offices or there's some nonprofits that are in there, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. All brand new. And then like a bunch of artists have painted murals inside and outside. And it's kind of a cool, I'm not a bike rider.
No, you're not. Yeah.
I'm not I like walking, but I would always I always thought I could do a Vespa, but I don't know.
You are not a golfer. That's true.
Obviously.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't know how I would answer that question either. Because actually I'm not talking about what I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna talk about what I will do.
Okay.
I need to go to like a field or something and just
Yeah.
I haven't been out. I mean, I really haven't, other than to throw the trash away.
Yeah, I'm thinking like car travel is the only way I'd probably get anywhere. So I was thinking Canada or upstate, but yeah.
Kentucky?
I'm going, no. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about Kentucky?
Not really.
You don't want to?
What you said though is so true. Getting in a car, like you don't deserve props for that. Like getting in a car and driving someplace. You don't.
I'm talking about when this is over, maybe I'll get in a car and go somewhere.
No, I'm saying people who are escaping this and like, how are you better by getting in a car and doing that right now? You're just not. I mean,
Better than an airplane.
true.
Maybe.
That's true. But
the fact that you're saying you can't, the airports have been shut down
there's like one flight a day. There's nothing.
But by choice, can someone get on an airplane if they wanted to?
There are no flights. There's like one flight a day out of here.
I don't even want to know. As far as I know, flights are still happening.
No, I told you, my friend's husband works with this, and they said the graph is like you see one flight coming out of Europe, each European country per day. Scan over to the U.S. and they're mortified. It's just like,
yep.
Whether or not they're empty, I mean that's another case. But the point is, they're going.
It's just movement. It's tight airspace. I just thought, yeah. So that's a frustrating aspect of this because you're talking about, I don't know. I feels like maybe a week. I know you say you're week 6, but I feel like you're even a little bit further ahead of things than we are, right? Because maybe New York City, the United States, I don't know. But, you're talking about just starting to come out of some sort of loosening. They're talking about that right now. It's crazy. Like, I think I've resigned to not listening to the news.
Yeah.
And just I'm gonna just keep my mind on my own safety and the people in this house.
Exactly. Take it day by day, and when someone makes some big announcement, then my ears will perk up. But otherwise, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. And you know what?
Yes,
Nothing good happens outside anyway, as Larry David said.
that New York Times article was great. Did you watch 12 Monkeys yet?
No, but I have it. I'm
Okay.
ready. I got to finish Ozark, which I'm loving, by the way. I got to finish. I think I've got 3 more. I've got 3 more.
All right, well, we'll talk about that next week.
Great.
It's so good. I was going to ask about My Brilliant Friend.
Didn't get to that. I have all these lineups.
All right, okay.
So
all right. Because what I realized is why this came up in my search, this My Brilliant Friend, the second season started on HBO.
Oh.
So once I finished season 1, it went into season 2, and now I'm caught up with weekly, it being on like Monday nights. So I'm caught up to like where people who are watching it are talking about it. I was like, I didn't know this was such I didn't know the show was like other people were. It's so good. Okay.
Because Tiger King.
What about Tiger King?
They're supposed to launch like 2 more now or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I read that. 2 more episodes this week are coming out. Like, what are they going to talk about?
On Netflix?
Yeah.
I think I'm glad I watched it really early on and just like enjoyed the insanity of it. But also it was very disturbing. So it's like, okay, I saw it, but if it had gone on for a while, I don't know, I think I would have been like, ugh, this is disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't know. It's gross. The whole thing is it's funny. Oh, so you got another one on Netflix. I don't know if you'd want to watch this one. Oh, I got 2. Tiger Tail. It has nothing to do with
like no more tiger shit.
No, I know. Did you hear in the Bronx that a tiger got that tested positive? And did you?
Yes, I did. I did see that.
I was like, how has it got to be a tiger? Like,
I know. I thought it was a hoax at first.
I know, it was crazy. It's like, are you kidding with me? So, of course, I thought the obvious question is, are you then afraid we don't have, we have a cat downstairs. Ronnie's mom has a little cat. I'm like, are we worried about cats getting this? Like, or we don't have, the cat doesn't go outside. It's a Brooklyn cat, it stays in the house. But if you're like you're out and you let your cat in and out, those country people. Or people who have, big cats, all those people who have
that
them.
Population.
Are they worried? So another one on Netflix is Unorthodox.
Yes, you told me about it.
I did. Okay. I started watching it. That's why I'm wrapping my head. I'm actually wrapping my head. I said this before we started recording because I'm trying not to wash my hair frequently. And now I'm on like day 6 and I just.
Oh, wow.
But it's like I flat ironed it and everything. So I'm just like, maybe I could go a couple more days. It hasn't started itching yet. So I just thought I'd put a scarf on it.
I need to do that.
After this, I'm going to go in the backyard. I'm working on my backyard.
The plants and all that, or what?
I'm cleaning up the slab of Brooklyn concrete backyard that I have. It's time to make it look as nice as I possibly can. I don't know. I'm going to do something. Clean it up first.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Let's just say, because this doesn't have a timer on it like the other thing I use. But it's coming to an end, I'm pretty sure. It's been almost 40 minutes. So let's say that we will meet again next week.
Yes.
Next week, I'm going to try to have you a little concert of Bill Withers.
Can't wait. This week is me and Ronnie's anniversary, this Thursday, the 16th.
Oh,
And then
excellent.
Violetta's birthday on Saturday. So
That's right.
we'll talk the day after
Okay.
Violetta's birthday on the 19th.
Okay, great. She might be a guest star that day for a short bit.
So it'll be like a belated birthday performance.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Is
Okay.
Alex gonna play backup?
Oh God, no. He needs to be separated.
All
Not
right.
controlled. Yeah.
So you can just stop the record and then we want to say goodbye.
Okay. So,
All right.
hang in there. Keep it going, and we'll be in touch next week.
Next week.
Go strong and love you guys. And
Deuces.
here we are. All right. See everybody next week. Bye.